Welcome everyone. This is the final match of the Global Chess League. Today is a day 10 and we have Chingari Gulf Titans against Balan Alaskan Knights. And after this match we will know two finalists who will fight for the first place tomorrow. The players are getting ready to start the games. It is very, very important final game, guys.
Yeah.
And you can see the players walking to the playing venue. Are they happy? Oh.
And here we go.
All right, we have the first moves. Judah is not in a rush to make the first move, and he
E4.
goes with the king's pawn.
Sicilian, which one are
You
we
think?
getting here? Knight
Oh.
f3 and e6, okay?
E6.
All right, many ways you can go here. You got the cowboy Sicilian with b3. You also have d4. You got g3. You got
Is it
c3.
still the cowboy?
In fact, it is a real
Oh,
Sicilian.
for real.
B3, yeah.
Alrighty, I'm learning
b3,
something new.
absolutely. Of course,
The
yes.
B3 it needs to have a little
100%.
cowboy hat on it then.
You know what I mean?
Looks
Yeah,
like he's thinking about
right?
how to play
B3,
against this.
e6
He
Sicilian
looks
here.
off to the side.
Like he's a man, like, I'm not surprised. I was expecting G3, what else here? What else you could play?
Yeah.
And then he starts to think, and we have the pawn trades really quickly in the center.
Yeah.
All right,
Black
okay,
has
well,
really beautiful center with these pawns. Why white allows to control the center, Master Swidler? Why is that happening?
Well, while black is playing with so far pawns only, you can get some development advantage, and you can choose now between developing a bishop or playing d2, d4. Those are the two main options here.
Let's take now bird's eye view and take a look if we have any interesting positions that we can stick around.
Who we have
Games.
right here? Looking around, let's see what we have. Oh, that bottom right board there. Ronak Sadwani and Nihal. It's always something strange or something very cool, especially when I see Nihal playing. The bishop is on a3 and the other one is on c4. That one's just interesting, to say the least there. It looks like something that comes out of a ready or a knight of 3, b3 that Nihal actually likes to play a lot of.
Nice little
The
streamer
idea here
reference.
is that if black, as they normally would like to do, pushes the e-pawn forward, we can take the black bishop, which is standing on the starting position, and whichever way you decide to recapture has very clear drawbacks. If you take with the king or the rook, you can no longer castle kingside because that is just not allowed by the rules. And if you take with the knight, you will then have to spend some time bringing that knight back onto normal squares. So you definitely are going to be somewhat behind in development. Although the position does remain very stable for black, and it's not a huge problem.
Ronak chose c5 and white with a castle here. Now he plays e6. Like, yeah, we heard what Master Spiller said. We do not want to trade it this way. d4 is, and he's insisting on something. Definitely queen's going to decline here. Of course, you got the bishops out. Pieces are developed. c-file stuff. Usual stuff here. And you have what they call the minority attack from white here on the queen side, where we can usually push these pawns. You can also, in fact, Shaq, sometimes I've seen play queen c2 and actually very aggressive intentions casting queen side. It depends on kind of what you want here.
I have a big question for James. What is the difference between the main London and the Jabava London?
The difference in those is a knight on c3. So in the beginning, you actually have a knight. In fact, it looks like this. There will be a pawn here
Oh, wow.
on c2 as opposed to having a pawn on c3, and this knight is on d2 in the regular London. But in the Jar Jar Binks Jobava London, in fact,
Jar Jar Binks.
that one is very aggressive, where you put the knight on c3 in those lines.
Alright.
Also, you need to be a bit aggressive person.
Correct. You have to be a very, very,
Very aggressive person to
creative.
play that. Bring up the bird's eye view and check it out on the first board, the icon board. We can see that Nepomnia, she has two very strong bishops attacking right now to the queen, but the pawn on c6 is hanging. This is the game on the left. On the top, the third board between Dubov and Rajabov also looks somewhere very interesting endgame, where Rajabov has these two pawns which are standing together, but we call that hanging pawns in chess. So we need to know, is it strong pawns or is it weak pawns?
No, these are definitely
Master
It's,
Sidler, help here.
Schrodinger's pawns.
I think in this particular position, it's not that easy for white to attack it. This setup, the hanging pawns could be both a strength and a weakness. Here, I think that they're okay. It's really neither here nor there. Black will be able to defend them quite comfortably, but I also don't envisage much of a central push from black. And right now, I quite like Alexander Kostyanyuk's position, but interestingly, just a move ago, Tan Zhongyi decided not to go for a sharp tactical solution. If you go one move back, before white attacks the knight on c4, clearly that pawn is hanging after the bishop gets captured. But black also has the threat of g6, g5, and she could have played it even after her knight was attacked.
Wow.
But she somehow did not spend any time at all on this decision. I thought it was, at the very least, a critical moment, and she could have perhaps considered it for a bit longer. But she just retreated with the knight, giving white, I think, a safer position to play.
He plays so fast,
Oh,
and
man.
the most important here is that he's a pawn down. He could capture this pawn like moves and moves ago, but he's just ignoring it. And Duda wants him to capture this pawn on b2, which is hanging. He's not even guarding this pawn, because then he can trade this bad bishop, which is not even developed yet. And Jan says, no. First, I'm gonna do my business on the king side. Maybe later on, I will capture the pawn on b2.
This
He can't
is-
believe himself, Duda.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, I didn't see his face.
I've seen similar things happen to Jan, but... And Duda, I think...
How do you even... Hold on, bro. This
the
is
only
really
reason
bad.
Duda hasn't played a move yet is that I think he knows what happened, and his previous move was basically a draw offer. So he feels that, playing for a win from here feels a bit odd to him, because otherwise there's really nothing to think about. So...
But he cannot accept a draw. It's a team competition.
Yeah,
and you can qualify.
I think,
Your team can
honestly, I
qualify.
think if they were playing for themselves, he would just legit offer
Yeah.
a draw here with white, despite being borderline winning, because of the unspoken code, where you understand that you're okay. So we had something wrong.
Wait, I don't
Wait.
undernd
Yeah,
what
I guess
you're
I guess the
doing.
position's
board. I
slightly
guess the board
different.
was telling
Yeah, I
us
was
a
about to say,
different
this
story.
is not on the board here. Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's see if we can
Well, we
refresh
did see some aggressive eyebrow movements.
Which
from
is a
Definitely
Jan.
which is a
both
bit
of
of a
these
pity,
guys.
because that story we were discussing was very romantic, and instead it will be just a very dry draw. Uh,
Okay.
Oh wait, wait, hold
it is.
on. What happened?
It's a draw.
Bird's eye view on the screen. We can
Okay.
take a look. What is the overall situation?
Where do you guys want to go? What's going on?
Yeah, actually, we were seeing Michal in Ranuk. Michal had his both hands on his face. What was going on there?
I think we could just stay there and discuss situation in the match for a bit. We have
Yeah.
a draw on board 1. I think Shahriar on board 2 has definitely some pressure, maybe not a lot, but some pressure. Board 2 seems to be headed towards a draw.
He's in the zone.
Oh.
3 minutes though. We're getting lower
I was going to
on
ask
time.
what the time control is sitting at right now.
Definitely 3 minutes there. Got to be careful. Got to be quicker than that.
Okay, 3 minutes for white. Who's Kostyanyuk here, and 7 minutes for tan.
That's
So-
right. Tan Zhongyi is very, very speed player. She plays just extremely fast. Not going too deep into the variations, but makes usually very natural moves. And she always wins on time. Like something that happens on
Yeah,
the
she actually
because of the
does
time
that.
situation.
Right.
Meanwhile, board 3 has also ended. Dubov versus Rajabov. They ended in a draw, 2 games down now. Still not decisive result in this team. Once again, Chingari, if this team wins, they can qualify to the finals.
Wow.
The moment you
It's
play,
frozen.
you make the worst move in the game, you feel it. Like you know it.
You just get this pang, and your
Yeah,
heart
you
starts
try to
beating
have a
really
stealth
fast.
And look at
phase,
his
like-
fist! Oh my gosh, on his
He's
face.
angry.
Yeah.
You can see his fist. Abdusattorov. He knows he blundered. Now he is just waiting. Oh!
He said,
not doing it.
not today. I don't need none of that. I can just do it this
Didn't
way.
do it.
There's a different way. Yeah, doesn't
said,
doesn't
"Nah,
really
I'm
want
good,
to
bro."
give his opponent any counterplay whatsoever.
100%.
Wait, is Abdusattorov repeating this like
did go
queen
back.
d6, queen c5, queen d7?
He doesn't have
Yeah, bro,
better
you wanna go?
squares.
Man, this was very strange, Master
That was a very strange sequence. Maybe king g7 is even playable now. And yeah, this is what Nodirbek plays.
Oh,
What did he
This was very,
do?
very difficult to explain
Oh
for
my
me.
goodness. Black is bro.
Wait, I thought
That was a
that
good
knight h5 here wins the
What
game because
did
there's a
he
fork, but
do?
there's a bishop on f7.
I think this is what he
F3.
missed as well. I
Yep.
think he thought he has knight h5 check here,
There
but
is no knight h5.
he really is losing control here.
Oh man, this is
very, very
what a
This is the game
turnaround.
of nerves. It is truly the game of nerves. You can see
agree.
him.
You got 20 seconds. That's it. You're about to
Ooh.
drop a piece.
Do you have to play knight h3 here?
There might still be some turnarounds. He does have the 3 pawns, and perhaps if he solves the problems with the safety of his king, there could still be a game on. But for now,
Board 6 is also over. Meanwhile, in a draw, now any result is very important.
yeah, or at least has decent winning chances in practice. So that's actually very exciting for the match because Polina is also better on our screen. We don't actually. I can't be sure exactly what the position is because I think the boards once again are being somewhat uncooperative. But perhaps there is still some turns in this match.
We still have not getting our board is not updating on set board 2, but we can see it
Wow.
right there.
I think the board
Whoa.
is stuck right now.
Oh
but
yeah, that's the Nino game.
And also another
my
game,
goodness, Tan.
Kostyuk against Tan Zhongyi.
Ooh.
We
Oh,
have
that's a heartbreak.
some turns of tables, and we have here the resignation. Shak lost the game where he was
Oh.
completely winning. All right.
Bunch of checks. Queen ending.
Board 5 has been done, and we need to know the results. It might be just over.
I was gonna say this doesn't look like a win anymore for Black. I saw the bar.
Looks
He's
like a
trying
bunch
to
of
catch
checks.
up, but yeah, there was no win.
But it no longer matters because on board 5,
Alright,
Nino
board 5,
Batsiashvili
Nino
has
won.
beaten Polina
Alright.
Shuvalova, and with 2 victories,
Well,
with black pieces,
congratulations
Wow.
the match
to
is
the
just over.
finalists then, I guess.
Go.
Now White starts to give a lot of checks.
And we just tuck and roll here, King E1, and go for the queen.
Master Svidler, looks like you want to say something?
Not particularly. I'm enjoying the dying embers of our qualifying tournament. Players still fighting for every point. It's very nice to see, but this should be a draw.
Right. And we always say should be. You see, he used the right words there. Should be. Because it should be, but sometimes weird things happen. But
a lot of
this is another
technical
perpetual.
correctness.
Now,
Oh, will
wait
there
a
be a
second.
repetition
if check
here?
is queen
Yeah, Alexander
D6
clearly has a
takes,
perpetual here.
queen,
Let's see if she
no,
takes it.
queen
Yeah,
two
I
as
think
well.
she
Yeah,
will.
looks like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I think they're both
No
ready
tricks.
to just
That
call
might
it.
be it. That might be it. And the head
Here we
nod,
go.
and
And
there
the
it
hand
is.
shake, which means the qualification
Yeah.
round of the Global Chess League 2023 is
Wow.
done.
Congratulations.
It's done.
And we have 2 finalists, Triveni Continental Kings
Whoa.
and
Yeah, big day
Afghan
tomorrow.
Mamba
Mumba
Master.
Masters.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations to these teams and good play to
Congrats.
all the other teams. We had
Yep.
such a grateful time.